Hello my beautiful viewers, well welcome to episode 2 of Choices, the once a month news roundup. I'm here on my channel, James Higgins Open World. I hope you like the intro, what have you. This is the second episode. There's 5 episodes including this one, then I'm going to reassess it, depends how many people watch the show. So it's 5 so far, every month, so for 5 months, once a month on the first. Right, first of all, top of the news, the invasion of Ukraine still continues. So what's going to happen there, who knows? Hopefully it'll all end peacefully. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? So you're not hearing much about it in the news as you initially did. It's sort of fading now. So we just have to hope it all ends peacefully, don't they? You can come to some sort of arrangement in Ukraine with Russia. So that's that. Right now, sport. Well, you've had a transgender woman competing in women's sports. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't agree with it. To be perfectly honest with you. At all. I'm sorry, I just don't. And in cycling as well, another man who's transgendered into a woman, I don't agree with it. Sorry, I've got nothing against gays, lesbians, transgenders. You know, if a man wants to transgender into a woman and call themselves Susie, Sarah, whatever, I'll call them that. Got no problem with it. But I don't think that a transgender man is transgendered into a woman, if they've still got a penis, should be allowed into women's refuges, women's prisons, or anything like that until they've had the operation and had an artificial vagina created. Then they've made a full commitment, then, haven't they? And what have you. But even then, I don't think a transgender man to woman should be allowed to compete in women's sports, because internally they're still biologically male. If you watch the BBC's Question Time about 6 weeks ago, a qualified doctor, now it takes 10 years to be a doctor, 10 years, said on Question Time, this is a qualified doctor, remember, and this was live, prime time, for Question Time. He said, this his words, not mine. He said, I know I'm not going to be popular and I'll probably get a lot of hate mail for saying it, but you cannot change your biological sex. It's in your cells, it's in your DNA and everything, and you can't. And what have you. And you can't. So it's like me, if I transgendered into a woman, I would still biologically, internally be a man. And if I was that way, which I'm not, I'm heterosexual, you know, I'm not transgender in any way, I would just be honest with myself. To thine self be true. You know, a transgender man transgendering into a woman will never be a biological woman. It is a simple fact. Just like a woman transgendering into a man will never be a biological man. You know, and it's like a transgender man, the only transgender man that can give birth to a child is one that was once a woman, biologically. Now, as far as sport goes, in my opinion, my humble opinion, there should be 4 categories: biological male, biological female, transgender man, transgender woman. 4 categories. Men, people who were once a man, should not be competing in women's sports. It's wrong and it's cheating, in my humble opinion, because men are stronger than women physically. That's a fact. And the simple fact is, and I've always believed this as well, biological men and biological women on the whole don't think the same as well. And I truly believe that. They do not think the same. We don't think the same as well. That's my opinion. There should be 4 categories in sport: biological men, biological women, transgender men, and transgender women. And it should be like that. Problem solved. You know. But this issue is going to rumble on and 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 on. Because we have 24-hour news now. And let's be honest about it. Are we better off with 24-hour news? No, we're not. We don't need it. We don't need 24-hour news. We don't need it, really. It's like social media. I'm on social media. But if the vast majority of my family went on it, I probably would come off it, to be perfectly honest. Because social media has caused more problems in society than anything. It's like when I was a kid. If you were being bullied at school, you got a break from it when you went home and at the weekends. But now they're bullied online. Double-edged sword, the internet and social media. Social media's called. It's like if there was no social media, you wouldn't hear half this racist stuff going on about racism and transgender stuff and this woke ideology. You wouldn't hear half of it. So, social media just spins it round. And it causes more problems. But anyway, that's that. Done and dusted. Here on this episode of Choices. A monthly review of the news. What else? Just 1 second. Now, the Will Smith slap. On this is the last bit now. The Will Smith slap on the Oscars. Where he went boom to Chris Rock. Because Chris Rock was telling a joke when he said about his wife G.I. Jane, but she's got a alopecia. Will Smith shouldn't have done it, but the reality is we all make mistakes, and the rumours are that Will Smith and his wife are in an open relationship. My understanding of an open relationship is that you can have sex with who you want. Now, me personally, open relationships and threesomes, you're playing with fire. You're playing with people's emotions and you're playing with fire. Yeah, I mean, I've heard countless stories of people who've had threesomes and they've had threesomes and the guy who instigated it said, whether it's the wife or the wife or the husband, or it was two gay guys or two lesbians, sometimes you end up falling in love with the other person. You're playing with fire. Absolutely playing with fire. If I was married and I'm heterosexual and my wife said, well, I'd like an open relationship, I'd say, well, is that right? Well, if you want that, then we'll be getting a divorce then, won't we? Two people in a relationship, as far as I'm concerned, in love. So if you want that, you know where the door is. Bye-bye. I'm not getting involved in that shit. No, end of. Not for me. But it does, you're playing with people's emotions. And who knows what the hell's gone on with that marriage of Will Smith and his wife, if they're in an open relationship. You're playing with fire. Absolute fire. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Choices. And the next episode will be on the first of next month. We'll see you on the next one.